So one of the things people keep asking me is, has COVID screwed smart cities? And funny enough, like I'm normally very pragmatic when it looks at the future of smart cities, and I'm actually a conditional optimist now. I actually think that some things are happening that are actually gonna drive smart cities forward quickly. And the first one is that we need to get to this era where we have more safe and secure buildings. So everyone's investing in new technologies for their office, whether it's biometric access or whether it's things like thermal sensors. All these things create more complexity as well, though, because they capture more data. So that creates an opportunity to then create a platform to aggregate the data. So these two little things are actually driving forward IT departments. But what I'm more excited about is what the governments are going to do to actually drive this. Because the governments are going to start implementing new regulations that will stimulate growth. And that can be around things like AI. Singapore's done a good job. Its telecoms regulator released the AI data governance framework so people know what they can do and what's the acceptable use around AI. So hopefully that market will take off. Also, everybody's jumping on the green bandwagon now. So everyone's talking about sustainability. There's going to be new green building targets. That's going to stimulate a whole new industry, so that will drive it. And finally, about drones. If you go back a couple of years ago, I wouldn't touch drones because every city had a different strategy for what was going to be acceptable use of a drone. Now, what they're seeing is we actually need them, but we need to regulate it and understand what we do. Do you want a drone coming to your balcony, or do you want it going to a central meeting point? But these types of combinations where you have the companies and cities implementing technology, governments driving regulation, you've got the investment side already there. I'm quite optimistic that we'll see some growth. I don't think they'll have as much money all the time that they would have had before, but they're going to learn how to spend it wiser because they've been pissing away money for so often. For so long now, that it's about time that they do take a much more strategic approach to these investments and start focusing on delivering value. So that's why I'm a conditional optimist for smart cities.